episode 8. We are live. Prince Huda podcast. Fun fact: I wore number 8 when Prince Huda used to play hockey. So, cool little tidbit for today. Big hockey episode, but not just about me. We're recapping NHL All Star Weekend with the man featured all over NHL All Star Weekend. You saw him as much as Justin Bieber. You saw him probably as much as Tate McRae. The man to my right, Coach Chippy. How you doing
Oh,
today, sir?
don't flatter me, Prince. I don't think
Can't
I was
flatter
featured
you.
as much as them.
I think you were, to be honest.
I was putting out some content though, that's for sure. It was a good weekend. It was fun. It was downtown Toronto, NHL All Star. I ended up getting down there on the Wednesday night and then got home Sunday. So and now
Wow.
it's Wednesday. It feels like I'm still recovering from it a little bit, but yeah, it was a good event.
I bet. Yeah, the weekend itself, what, just Friday, Saturday, Thursday, but you took a full 5-day experience there. And did you
Yeah.
went to every event there?
Yeah, I went to all the events.
Wow.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, the Wednesday night we had a little dinner with the other creators, and then on the Thursday there was like a creator skate. So they brought us out to Madison Square Garden there, and then we were doing like little flip
MSG.
tricks. Swaggy P was out there, Zach Bell, Barbs, Coach Jer, Nick the goalie. It was fun. We had the mascots were out. We did a little filming with some of the mascots. Did a couple little funny skits. The NHL
Right
had me
on.
mic'd up, so the guy was following me around with the camera. So that was on the Thursday, and then after that, we ended up going to the draft. We ended up showing up like 30 minutes late for that. Um, you got Justin Bieber, Tate McRae doing some of the drafts or whatever, and then that was the Thursday, and then Friday was what was Friday? What did I get up? Oh yeah, Thursday
Friday was the skills comp.
I had to do a video for Cheetos, so I had to go to the fanfare, and that's where like when I went, it was like the red carpet event for all the players,
Yeah.
which was kind of work because I had to go film a video at the Cheetos booth, so I kind of hoodied up just in case anyone recognized me. Kind of kept it low key, filmed my video, and then like Matthews is walking by, McDavid, and then I'm going in behind I guess the back area. And I was like, oh, like this is where all the players are gonna walk by. So I'm like, what if we just chill here and maybe get like a Matthews spotting, or maybe we can meet Matthews. So then we kind of chilled. We had the vlog camera going, so we were like, let's see if we can get him on the vlog. So then and then it's like as soon as the players started coming, all the media people kind of came and swarmed, and we weren't really supposed to be there. I don't think it was closed off, but it wasn't like it was just like kind of heavily guarded. And then Matthews walked by. Didn't get the get. He didn't even look at me. Didn't get a chance to
Oh,
make eye contact. We never make eye
not yet.
contact, so we were close though. I was close to meeting Papi, and then I'm sitting back. Like Austin Alexander came. I was calling him, and we're filming a little vlog. And the next thing you know, someone's yelling Chippy, Chippy, and I look over. It's Marie Philippe Poulin. So
Ooh.
that was a cool little interaction. I got a photo with her, and then that was the Thursday. Yeah, Thursday was fun. That was like action packed. Went out for dinner after that.
Right
Or what
on.
did I what was Thursday? Oh
Yeah,
no, I had to
Thursday
go
was the draft.
I
And
had to go back and film. I had to go back and film or like edit the video that I filmed. So that took me like 3 hours. And then the next morning I had to crank it, get it up, and then I went over to this EA event. They were doing like a live stream NHL 24 little thing. So I went over, played some EA. Then Benny and I went to the old spaghetti factory, dynamite. We were just pounded. I had food for like all day pretty much. It was like 3 o'clock. So we went to the spaghetti factory and just mucked up. They get free bread. I was like the guy who was just like, keep bringing it out, keep bringing it out. The garlic butter.
just
And then
bread all day.
oh, dude. And then I got the salad. You get like a salad, you get the pasta. Yeah, we were mucking. And then we were joking around. The guy brought the cheese, and I was just like, keep
Oh, the
going.
little grater, the like.
I started eating it, and the guy brought it to the next table next door. I'm like, I wave him down again, give me some more of that cheese. Because I just saw a skit where someone did like, it was just like the mountain of cheese it was hilarious. So yeah, then what happened? Oh yeah, and then I had to get my skate sharpened because I was gonna be playing in the game on the Saturday.
Mhm.
So I ended up Ben ends up like finding a guy, and I was like, oh okay, it's just outside the city. I remember I called you when we were on our way there. I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
we gotta. I was like, I gotta get these skates sharpened for tomorrow. And Benny takes me out like 25 minutes. Like we have to come back for the skills competition. It's like 6 o'clock at this point. Game's at 7, or the skills comp's at 7. And we end up pulling up to a guy's house. I'm thinking we're going to like a pro shop.
What the?
So I'm like, Benny, where did you just take me? I'm getting my skate sharpened at someone's house. Like, so the guy comes out. I guess he has a little drop box. He has a little like skate sharper in the back garage or whatever. I'm like, Benny, what is going on right now?
What?
And so I drop my skates off. Guys, like, we'll get them done in like 10 minutes. So we were waiting there, and he didn't know who I was. Like, he didn't recognize me. I was like, and then I guess he's like, oh, just tell me your name. So then he comes out. He's like, oh my gosh, my son's a big fan. He goes to, I guess he plays hockey at one of like the universities or like at Western or something like that. So he ended up hooking up the skate sharpening for free, and I gave him
Oh,
a hat.
nice.
Yeah, I gave him a hat, and that was an experience. I was like, Benny, holy, the skate sharpening was amazing. Jets were sharp, but then we made it to the skills competition after that,
Yeah,
and that was
that was
fun.
fun.
You were there, yeah.
Yeah, it was we didn't get to chill much, but that was fun for the first little bit. Uh, for me, the skills comp was like, because I'd like seen, Leaf games, but I've never seen like this many all-star caliber players in the rink at the same time. So like when we were watching McDavid do the fastest skater, I was like, holy, like this is the top of the food chain, because the Leafs got some good players, but this is like top of the top. So that was really fun.
Yeah, yeah. Barzal's quick too. I didn't realize like him and McDavid are pretty much neck and neck, like 1A,
Yeah,
1B
Barzell was a
speed.
late addition too, because Hughes got hurt. So we put him
Yeah.
on Team Chippy, and he ended up being one of your strongest performers on the
Oh, we
night.
haven't talked about that. Who won the event, baby? $1 million.
Uh, Team
Gosh.
Chippy Team Chippy's
Chip
players
won
won the
it.
$1 million. We didn't bet
I
on
know.
that one,
Some of
but
it should
yeah.
have went to Chip because I've been training McDavid since he was 12. So some of that should have gone to me.
Yeah, we did a 6-round draft, but you really just needed one guy, McDavid, first pick, and then I
I
had
can't believe
McKinnon.
you have first pick. You have first pick, buddy. I can't believe you didn't pick him.
I just, the way McKinnon's been playing this year, I thought, this was it. McCarr came close, who I had in the next round, but man, I took the Leafs, which was a bad
No, I
idea.
knew. I knew it was
Ugh,
Dabo. I knew it was
yeah,
Dabo. So yeah, he
yeah.
won, and then
Fortunately, we got to watch like it live. Because if I saw that on TV and I wasn't next to you, I probably would have been turned it off and been angry.
yeah,
So
and then as we're up there, we're in section 3 hundo. I'm getting I'm
yeah,
getting I'm getting barked at by some people behind me. Like I guess they knew who I was. Had some pops, and then next thing you know, there's police officers. Someone's
oh yeah,
strangleholding someone in the stands,
yeah, I
and I'm
remember
looking
that.
back. I'm like, this is entertainment right now, and that was insane. Like I
Yeah,
don't
the
even know
guy
what
had a
happened.
chokehold. I think there was like
Yeah,
Benny
what?
was saying that one of the guys put him in like a sleeper hold. I'm like, what? Why are you putting someone in a sleeper hold at the skills competition
At
of
the
the
NHL
NHL?
skills comp on
Like,
Friday
what
when
happened?
half the people there are like 12 years old, and this guy's
Yeah,
up there putting guys in chokeholds. Police is now doing an investigation behind us, like coming into the row, like asking what happened. Yeah, that was like that's insane. And then you had to dip out a little early because you had an event
well,
going
just so
on.
hard because it's like, yeah, yeah. Well, one more thing on that. I just thought it was so crazy because it's like the skills comp's going down on the ice. You got the fight going on behind us, and in the midst of all that, oh, Coach Chippy, can you sign my stick? Can you sign my jersey? Like, there's
Yeah, the
so many
kids
things going on
kids
at once.
coming
It's
in
so hard to
coming into the
focus.
row. I'm pissing off the people
Yeah, like
beside me
kids are
because
just
they just keep
walking our
coming
row.
up to
Like,
me. Yeah, that was funny.
yeah, they didn't
Yeah.
even no. Excuse me, Prince. Can I talk to Chick? Just boom, right by me. Sign this, sign that.
Boom.
But
Yeah. See you later, Prince. Sign it. Sign it.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. It was cool. I
no,
got to
that
meet a
was
lot of
fun.
people. And
Yeah, that
go.
was a lot of fun. But yeah, I had to dip out early. I went to All Star Party, which was super cool. That was fun. It was at like Liberty Grand, which was a cool spot. It was like a wedding hall. I'd never been to like one of these like like sponsored party kind of things. Prince is still very new to this game and these levels of stardom, if you will. So it was pretty cool to see that. We did some media, shot some content, but it was really funny because well, here's a funny story. So Kid Leroy was like the special guest performer for the night, and no one knew that going in. and he has that song with Bieber. I forgot what it's called. It's like I do the same, do 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 do, like that song, right?
Yeah, it's a banger, dude. That's a
It's a
banger.
great song. So he comes out, and again, pardon my ignorance, he was wearing a Drew hat. He was wearing a blue All Star jersey. So the same outfit that Justin Bieber wore the day before when he performed, I think, at History. And he came out to that song. So we all start freaking out like, is that Justin Bieber? Is that Justin Bieber? And for like 2 minutes, I was like, oh my God, that's Justin Bieber. And then someone goes, Prince, like, that's not Justin Bieber. That's Kid Leroy. And Kid Leroy's cool, but like I was under the impression for 2 minutes that I'm watching Justin Bieber, and I was just blown away. But it was
Yeah,
not
Beep
Justin Bieber.
Show. He looks like Beep Show, but it's not Beep
Yeah,
Show.
and
He's
he's
sick.
wearing the
I
same
do like Kid
thing.
Leroy, but it's not Beep. It's not Beep Show in Toronto.
No,
It's not the Beep Show. The
no,
Beep
it's
Show. I
not. It's
couldn't
not Beeb.
believe all the TikToks of Bieber doing his first performance. I was supposed to be there. Someone like invited me to go, and then
Really?
I had to edit the video, so I didn't get a chance to go out. I was so tired, and I was like, man, I would have been at that live performance, first live performance in 2 years. That would have been lit, but I was in
Yeah,
there
that's why we
grinding.
all
The
thought it was
grind don't
Bieber.
stop, Prince. The grind don't
Oh,
stop,
of
Prince.
course, of course.
Absolutely not.
Here. I'll show you. I'll show you right here. I was not there for fun. I was there as a media person. So grind don't stop for Prince either. We were working. We're working away, getting some content, getting some interviews. Should be out soon with Sports Interaction. But yeah, that was a fun night. I got to meet Chris Pronger, which was cool. He is a giant.
Bronze.
Like
Yeah,
that
he's a big
guy
boy.
is a big boy. It was really funny
What
because
was he like?
he was pretty cool. Like he didn't drink, so he was very like calm, very cool. Like he was doing his thing. Like he's a brand ambassador, right? So he was there meeting some people, but he's just chatting and like we were talking about All Star being like we talked about Kucherov, how Kucherov just didn't try. He's like, yeah, Kucherov's probably just thinking about where the bar is next. Like he's not trying, and
No, I
he's saying
heard. I
some
heard.
guys.
There's a
Oh
reason
yeah,
why I think he wasn't trying.
what's
Because
that?
that same day they announced that Four Nations Cup, and it didn't
Oh
include Russia,
yes. Mm-hmm.
and it could have been a little bit of animosity from Kucherov that first of all they can't be in they're not in the Olympics and they're not in that
No,
Nations Cup, and he's a lead leaguer, like the
league
lead
leader.
leader in points. So he's probably like a little bit of a boycott of the event, or maybe potentially.
Yeah, I mean that's fair. I think also like just the fact that some guys like the young guys you saw trying really hard in the skills comp, right? But like some of the older guys, they've been here before. Kucherov's he's won a few rings, some scoring titles. Like he's done his thing, right? So this is like I'm just here. I got to do this event. I think he phoned it in, but it was pretty funny. He was like, come on, let me hear you. Like he was really egging on the crowd there and playing the heel role pretty well. So as much as he didn't try, he was kind of making up for it with the theatrics of it all.
Yeah, exactly. So that's interesting. So what else? You met a couple other people at that party, right?
Yeah, well, funny story about Pronger. So he's just doing the rounds, talking to people, and he's dressed like really well. He's in a nice, blazer, button-down shirt, dress pants. He's got his glasses on, and I was with my friend Sarah, and so we both talked to Chris Pronger, right? And then later in the night, Sarah was like, she didn't know it was Chris Pronger, so she's like, "When is that Pronger guy coming?" It's like, "What do you mean? We talked to him earlier." She's like, "Wait, Chris? That was Chris Pronger?" I'm like, "Yeah, like that's the gold medalist NHL champion." She's like, "I thought he just worked for Sports Interaction, like accounting or something, because he was dressed
No
so
way.
well in like
That's
the suit and all that."
hilarious.
So she's like, "I'm like, yeah, we already met him. He's
Bronx.
over there."
That's
That was
hilarious.
pretty funny. So she's like, "Yeah, we met him. I had absolutely no idea who that was." So that was pretty funny because he was dressed to the nines. He was so calm, super cool. So very cool. Shout out Pronger, and then Drysidle was there too. He's a beauty. He seemed
Yeah,
to
you said you talked to him for a bit.
yeah, he had like these super dope shoes on. So that was the intro. Like you don't want, oh my god, I'm such a big fan. Can I get nice shoes, brother?
Yeah, show
Where'd
some
you get those
composure.
shoes?
I like that. That's a
Yeah,
good line. Bring him to the
yeah,
room. Bring him to the room a little. Point something out on his what he's wearing. I like that. That's a good intro.
yeah, and they wear dope shoes, but it's like people love talking about themselves, right? So it's like, oh, where'd you get?
Yeah.
We're just talking about shoes, talking about the skills comp because he literally said he came from the skills comp, so that was cool. We were just chilling, and then he said he's seen the content. He said you're doing a great job, so I was like huge because
Oh,
that was
they
big.
Big
That
plug.
was big.
Big plug from Drysdale, eh?
That was big. That was big.
That's
Shout out
that's
Leon.
dope. How long was he there?
Yeah,
How long did
that
he
was
stay
fun.
for?
He was there for a little bit. I think an hour, hour and a half. Like, because I think the game the next day was at 3, which was odd. I'm shocked they didn't put All Star game on a Saturday night and they put it Saturday afternoon. So
Yeah.
y-
I kind of enjoyed it because I was like, gave us time to like reconvene after, and I ended up like going back to the hotel, like just chilling for a sec, and then I went out. There was this Nelly Furtado concert, I guess, on the Saturday
ooh,
night. I didn't even know what we were walking into. The NHL had hooked it up with like an event. And I was like, oh, I thought it was just gonna be like a Crater dinner, like wrapping up the weekend. But we go in, it's like huge venue, like it's right by the CN Tower there. So
yeah.
we walking in, I'm like, yo, this is lit. Like there's tons of people here. And then they had like, it was like catered. So they had like a taste of Italy, taste of India, taste of Greek. We were just pounding food,
Ooh,
dude. It was so
yeah.
good. And then I met up with Swaggy P. That guy's an electric factory. We were just dancing the whole time. Like we were just flowing, dude. Like we took over that dance floor and it was unreal. We'd stayed for the whole till the 10:30. It was over, but yeah, shout out to Swaggy P, just a beauty. Like biggest beauty. We were just him and I and OJ Ben, we were just dancing. And when I'm
That's
saying when
dope.
you're dancing on the at the play, like you like all eyes are on you and you bring people in. So Swaggy's over here just making eye contact, just pointing at people, getting them engaged. Now they start dancing. I'm telling you, you have to be the one dancing. If you're going out, you gotta be letting it flow. You don't want to be one sitting there watching other people. That's not where you want to be when you're out. You got to
No.
be the people having fun, and then everyone you attract the people like a magnet. So people were just coming over just to start dancing. It was a vibe. I'm like, that is how you do it right there. So shout out to Swaggy P. We were flowing. Like when I say
That's
we were
dope.
flowing, the dance moves were just pop, pop, pop. Yeah, it was super fun. And it's fun when you're dancing. It's just tough because sometimes you're like, you're shelled in. You're like, do I dance? No one else is dancing. But if you just start dancing, people will start dancing. And it's how you go out. You have to go out. You have to have fun when you go out. You don't need anyone else to have fun. You got to have fun yourself with your crew. So that was fun. That was a
That's
Saturday
really
night,
cool.
but I kind of
Yeah, I
skipped
feel
the
like
Saturday a little bit.
real. I thought you didn't go out Saturday night.
No, I skipped what happened during the day. We went straight to
Oh,
Saturday
I
night.
see. I see.
So we
Yeah,
were
the
on
creator
Friday.
game. Let's talk about the creator game.
Yeah, so that was unreal. We had like they announced it like kind of a month before. I was getting like, oh, there's this creator skate or whatever. And so I was like, man, I got to start like training for this. It didn't end up training. Did not end up training. Had no cardio. That was the biggest issue. But game one, it was I had Swaggy P on my team on the bench, boys. Mike Ricci. Um, who else? Am I missing somebody? We had
Was
5
Jeremy
guys.
on
Oh,
your
Waps.
team?
Waps. We had Waps
Okay.
in net. So we ended up playing against Coach Jair's team in Zach Bell first
Oh, he's on a
game.
different team.
Yeah,
Right.
he's on a different team. So I go out. So I got my skate sharp and I'm feeling good. I'm like, this is, it's getting pretty packed. There's some bleachers. People are all around. It's game one, first game of the day, first game of the tourney of this inaugural Creator Cup or whatever. It was the first time the NHL's ever done it for the creators. So Nathan Phillips Square. We walk in. It's unreal. They got it's all gated off. It's just a really cool setup. They put the boards up around Nathan Phillips too. And the crowd's buzzing, everyone's out. And then game one, puck drops. There's like half the ice is like shade and half of it's like sun. The sun's beating. It's bluebird day. So it was like 30 seconds in. I get the puck. Swaggy P pass it to me in my corner. And then I'm like, all right, it's time for Chip to shine right now. I put on the burners, blast up the left wing. Coach Jair's kind of try to keep me to the outside. I make one little stutter step, kind of just drop my shoulder. And then he did a pretty good job keeping me to the outside. But then I went from backhand to forehand and just it was all flow. I wasn't even thinking. I just turn, shoot this thing, bar down, first shot of the game, 30 seconds in. And I don't even do a celly. I just put it in the holster, just keep it all business. And that clip kind of went viral online.
Yeah, I saw that.
Drake was liking it. Drake liked the clip.
Oh,
It
he
was
did.
Drake liked the clip. Yeah. So Drake was tapped in. Coach Chippy put one under the bar, no celly. And yeah, that was unreal. That was like the highlight of my day. Just walking Jared, putting it under the bar ski. We ended up winning game 1. Swaggy P is a nightmare to play against. We just passed it up to him, and he would go in and like he was doing like the Zorro move, like lacrosse goals, like mid game.
Yeah,
Like I
I
don't even
saw that on
understand this
social.
guy. He's so nasty. So we ended up winning the first game, kind of just trampled all over him. But the next game, it was a wait. So we had to wait for the other 2 teams to play, and then there was like a skills comp. So they did a flood before the skills comp, and then the finals was going to be after. So yeah, so I got, we got like all the beauties out there, Barbs, Always Hockey, Swaggy. They're all doing like, this is their time to shine. So you know what? I was like, I got to go first here because they're going to start doing these Zorro moves. I don't have those in my bag. I know
Right.
I could have in the bag. I just haven't practiced them. So I was like, let me just do it. Let me just kind of get the. So Hillary Knight's judging. There was a couple other judges. Kickball Dad. So let me just get started with. Let me just keep the puck on the ice and let me just bury one. I did a little pump fake left, right, buried it, and then these guys start doing these Zorro moves, start going like doing some crazy stuff, and then I'm kind of like, I knew I had a little bit of this Michigan in my bag, but like I'd never done it ever, really performed it on a tender and actually scored. So I go to the other end. I'm like, I was kind of trying it with Jer. I was like, should I just pull? I'm gonna pull this out. And then, so I go to the other end. I was like, and these boys are just like jam sessioning, and they're all the guys that are nasty with it just keep going, and they don't let anyone else go, kind of thing. So I'm like,
Oh, that's the
you don't really
worst.
have a lot of time. You don't really have a lot of chances. So it's like, I was like, all right, boys, up, like let me in, let Chippy in here, let me have a go here. And I do I start off on the left side, and I was like, all right, this is all flow. I'm gonna try this move out. Get the stick up, do a little spin. It just everything aligned in that moment. I'd never done it in my life before. It's not the hardest move, but like under pressure when everyone's watching you, you got Hillary Knight there, like judging. It's judges. It's downtown Toronto, outdoor. Pull this thing out, goes to top shelf. Crowd goes crazy. Chippy just gave him a little salute to the crowd. 10 out of 10. That clip went viral too. But yeah, that was the Crater Skate was unreal. So that was the shootout event, and then the finals came up, and it got nasty. The finals got a little nasty.
Was there hitting in this stuff, or like I saw the clip of you getting Chippy?
You would have, yeah, you would think there was hitting because, yeah, they were definitely more skilled. Like they had like 3 like trainers. We were a little bit, our team wasn't matching up as well against them, but it was pretty tight. Like we kept it pretty tight. It was pretty chippy. Like there was no room to skate. I took a couple shinners in the first like period, so I was getting a little bit heated. I'm like, all right, so that's how we're playing. Like full on, like wrapping me up every time. Like they weren't letting me go. So like, you know what I mean? It's like, okay, if that's how we're gonna play, that's how we're gonna play. So Swaggy P was taking some shinners too, so he starts throwing the weight around. Some cross checks are being thrown. I'm getting in the corner. It's getting nasty. And yeah, I felt bad. I ended up just shinning his hockey so hard. Like he tried to cut middle. I was just, one of those ones where I'm just a little bit kind of pissed off with how the game's going. And I just try to just like slash a stick pretty hard. Like I tried to just like shut it down. Completely missed the stick and just shin him so hard. He didn't even hesitate, but I'm like, I just caught him right on the shin. No shin guard. I felt bad after, but he was a good sport about it. But yeah, we're joking after the game. I'm like, yeah, you're gonna go home and be like, yo, Chippy's a psycho. Like this guy just slashed me so hard. But I had purple shins too. So Jacob R down was bleeding through. It was just a war.
Goodness.
The final game was a war for sure. We ended up losing, but it was a tight game. Yeah, that was the Crater game. The Crater game got a little chippy at the end for sure. Yeah.
Well, that's what you want, right? Like I remember I came a little bit earlier and I was like, hey, like these guys are playing pretty, it's 3-on-3, it's pretty civil, but it just takes one slash, one whack, one little hit before it's like, okay, now we're turning it up a level. And so it seems like that's when it turned up another level.
Oh, it turned up a level for sure. Like, and my cardio did, like, I'm starting to run today. I'm going to go for a run, but my cardio just wasn't there. If I had cardio, it would have been a different story. I was just so gassed. We played 2 10-minute periods, no subs. Like they should have like done like 6-minute periods. Like 20 minutes straight. Like it was insane. Like
Yeah, that's
we were
tough.
gassed. Everyone was gassed. Like no subs, like maybe one person subbing, but yeah, it was awesome. It was super dope. The NHL had spent Naylor from the NHL spent like 8 months preparing it, so it was cool to see it come to fruition for him. And yeah, it was definitely a success. I want to do more like outdoor rink takeover stuff. I think that would be pretty sweet. Um, and yeah, but the night before the Friday night, went out to the Paris, Texas. There, I don't go out. Chippy doesn't go
Oh,
out a lot. I'm not going. I'm not
left
going
the
to these
spot.
clubs. I don't do this often. But Austin had a plug at Paris, Texas, so he got us in the kind of the back door or whatever. And it was a cool little party, but I didn't like I know like I make a lot of videos online and they do like I just didn't realize the extent of the recognition that I was gonna get at this place. Like I could not like I love it. I love it. It's dope meeting
Yeah.
people, but I just like it was insane. Like Chippy, like I'm trying to walk to the other side of this bar and I couldn't move. Like it was super dope just seeing that kind of meeting people in person when you make these videos online. But yeah, that was like insanity. Like it was super awesome. But that was the Friday night. I couldn't stay out too late because we had a game to get up and play at 11 a.m. But I was drinking waters.
Smart
Chippy
man.
doesn't drink, so I was on the waters at this place. Um, and I feel like you kind of have to be. You gotta be on your P's and Q's when you go out to these clubs and these different things. Like drinking a nice little water. Got to meet some people. It was a good time. It was a good time. Met some cool people.
That's cool. I feel like you're right. Like at your level of like, I guess stardom, right? It's like very hard
I would say
to.
stardom. I would say
Well,
stardom,
what do
but
you want me to?
like
What?
when I guess when you're publicly recognized, like you don't want to represent yourself
Fame.
in a
It's
bad
fame, right?
way.
Like you don't. Yeah, because you don't want to be in a state where you don't remember or you do something that you don't feel super in control of. Because like
Yeah.
everyone knows who you are, so it's Coach Chippy did this or did
There
that
was
or
definitely a lot
said
of
this,
eyes
right?
on
It's
me.
like
Yeah.
yeah, you
There's
got to be
definitely like
careful.
just even at that place. So like oh yeah, I'm just walking around with a water, H2Os, talking to people, trying to represent myself in a good manner. Just be a
Good.
good person. It's pretty easy to do that when you are in a sober state of mind. So yeah, it was cool just having some conversations. But I don't go out a lot, so it's like the music's loud. But I mean, you got to be dancing, like you got to be having fun if you're going
Of
out. So
course.
yeah, it was super dope. Austin Alexander was out with us, and he's a beauty, man. Super good guy. So it was definitely a time on that Saturday night for sure.
That's dope. That's dope. Saturday or Friday you went out or both?
That was Friday, and then Saturday we
Friday.
went, and then I met up with my boy Schmitty. Shout out to Schmitty and Blarg. Um, they're big on YouTube gamers. So
Oh, I was
we
gonna say
went.
not the previous Schmitty we knew.
No, Schmitty. So we linked up. We went to a nice like Japanese restaurant, and then after they took us to this insane like what's called like au revoir. I don't even know what it was. It was like a secret door to get into this bar. Like it was like you walk in,
Hmm.
but then you have to. There's like a they take this girl comes and takes you to like this room, and then there's like a secret door. You gotta like it was like a lore. Like you gotta get into this back.
Oh,
Dude, it was sweet. And there's like a magic, like a magic room at the back. So if someone comes up and says, "Do you want to see a magic trick or something?" You have to say yes, and then they bring you in this. Yo, it was insane. Like I've never been to a place like that. It was definitely an experience. That
I
was
swear
super fun.
Sartaj told me about that place one time. He said it, and I was like, "What are you
Probably it's like
talking about?"
champagne. They have like
Yeah,
champagne everywhere, and then it was crazy. It was
that's
crazy.
crazy. Were they good magic tricks or like phoning it
Yeah,
in?
the guy was insane. I was challenging him a little bit, so he was like the sleight of hand stuff. So yeah, it was definitely pretty cool. I was trying to figure it out, but um, it was definitely awesome.
That
hundred
is awesome.
percent. Yeah, but that
Is
was
that
kind of the weekend.
like a stuff like that for you? Like holy crap! Like I started making videos in my room like 2 years ago, and here we are. Like, is it? Do you ever have those moments like this is so cool? Like this is me living my dream, or do you kind of not think about it like that?
Not like stuff like that. Like I don't even know if I overly love like the like events and stuff. Like for me, like I just want to be at the studio making music. Like
Right.
I think it's just like creating. I think creating is really what I like to do and what I enjoy most. Like it's dope going out and like to these events and like partying, but like for me, like I would just rather be at the studio making songs or making music, just like creating something. Like that's really what I like to do. Making
Hmm.
videos. It was nice being around people and just like being around energy, and I think I need to do that more, like getting out and just being around people more. But for the most part, I do just like creating. Like I don't really think about anything other than that. Like I'm not like sitting here like, oh, like we've made it. Like definitely have not made it. Like it's just
Right.
still kind of grinding, still trying to figure out what I actually want to do. I think that's the biggest thing is like um yeah, like what is it that I actually want to do? I think I still haven't figured that out. Like obviously I'm making these videos, I'm trying to start a brand. Where do I want to take the brand? What do I like actually want to do? Like do I want to travel? Do I want to, move to Toronto? Do I want to move to Miami? Where do I want to be? Where do I want to be located? And pretty much what do I want to do every single day? Like what's going to bring me purpose and meaning? And I think that's still where I'm at, still trying to figure that out. I think taking care of my body more and focusing more on health, and I think that will be a big focus for me this year. It's just what I'm eating um, is probably the biggest one. Just like eating better foods, because when you're out at these places, you're eating out all the time,
Oh yeah.
and that food is so like it's inflaming. It affects your mood. It affects like everything about your life. So yeah, that's definitely a big goal of mine is to you know run, eat better, and work out and focus on the figure a little bit. Yeah.
That's dope. I feel
How
like
about
that.
you?
Well, just to like jump on that, like I feel like that's kind of contributed to why you're so, far in your field this quickly because you're not outcome driven, focused on achieving this many views or being invited to these events. Like you just like doing it and like your passion and enjoyment of making the content has led to these, positive outcomes. But even the fact that you're like, that's not even what my end goal is. I think that's why you've gotten to this point you've had so far because, as you know, as silly as it sounds, like you're not thinking too much. Like you're literally just like, hey, this is what I like doing, and it's turned into
Yeah.
this. But then you have this future goal that you haven't even got to yet, and that's I think why like Coach Chippy's stock is like it's not plateauing yet. It's just growing.
Yeah, I think that's interesting like observation. It is like not it has just been creating. Like I've realized if I just keep creating, things will just keep happening. And like that's
Hmm.
all I focus on is the creation, and I know things will just happen from that. Like if I just keep doing what I love to do and keep making people laugh, trying to make people smile, things will just like you're like a magnet. Things will just come to you. So like I'm not trying to force myself to be at an NHL event. Like they're reaching out to me and I'm
Right.
going to these events. So it's like as you keep creating, as you keep focusing on your path and not trying to be someone that you're not or try to like you want to be like the biggest thing is like you want to be feel like you're um welcomed at an event. Like I think that's the biggest one. Like I don't want to go force myself into a room I'm not supposed to be in. Like to go meet somebody. Like I want to get to the point where I'm welcome into the room. Not just like, oh, I'm trying to go force myself to go meet somebody that doesn't even like you know what I mean? Like I don't want to be
Hmm.
um, like it'd be dope to meet Justin Bieber, but I'm not trying to force myself into a room with Justin Bieber to get some content. Like I think it's like I'd rather be respected by Justin Bieber and like in the room and like he's like respects what I do and respects kind of that side of it. So I think the biggest thing is not trying to force yourself into these things that you think you want to happen, but to just, keep doing you, keep working, and then you're gonna get that respect from other people that see, oh, this he's just dedicated to his craft and just trying to create or whatever that is. Because at the end of the day, all we are is creators. Um, and there's definitely people I respect. So they're out here creating. I'm like, you just respect them more. You're like, holy crap, you've affected my life. You've inspired me. And you get that respect from people, but I think it's really just being so dedicated to your craft that you will eventually get recognized. So if you're not getting recognized right now, just keep putting that work in, stay consistent with whatever it is that you're doing, and the recognition will come. It may not come right now, but as you keep, working, there's only one way for things to happen if you keep putting that work, and you're only going to go up that way. but it's also remembering that there's also down. So you got to remember how to get back down too. And I made a song about that. Like as you climb your way up, don't forget how to get back down because balance is where the peace is found.
Cool.
So that was this. That was those were the song lyrics. But yeah, like because like I've been saying like up only now. I want to go up, 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 up. But then there's only one way to go when you're up. It's down. So
Right.
don't get too up. Don't get too high because you could be humbled real quick. And I think it's staying true to the soul. And yeah, I've been making a lot of songs about just like my experiences just with trying to find the soul, try to follow the soul. I think you get tested a lot, especially in this entertainment space. It's very um, numbers driven and it's very consumer driven. So you get tested a lot in this space. And I think just remaining true to kind of what you believe in is the most important thing because you don't want to do something that doesn't align with your soul because yeah, it can affect it will affect you. Um, so yeah, that's been kind of some things I'm discovering along this just journey being in the entertainment space that not everything is sunshine and rainbows. Some of it's really tests your spirit and your soul. And I think for me, it's helped just like making more songs, poems about my experiences of dealing with some of this stuff as I navigate. Um, yeah, a couple years ago, I just didn't care about anything. So now I'm in a different spot in life where it's like, things are starting to happen and things are starting to line up, and there's not more to lose, but you know what I'm saying? When there was nothing to lose and you're back against the wall and you didn't know what you wanted to do and you didn't even know if you wanted to be here, to then, you have some stuff, going your way and you're being successful. It's easy to kind of get lost in that sauce and, trying to chase more of that success. Whereas like when I started, there was just nothing. There was no nothing holding me back. It was no fear. I don't have anything, so I got to go get it. And now as you start, climbing your way up and you start getting things, it's like, is that even really what I wanted? You thought you wanted that when you were down there, but now it's like, as you start to get it, you're like, that's not really it either. And I think some of those things I'm starting to discover is like, you got to just stay true to, what your why. Why did you start doing it in the first place? And always coming back to that because, yeah, you could definitely get lost in the sauce with the success or the so-called success that people think. If you have a lot of followers, you're successful, but that's just so not true. And followers doesn't mean positive mental health. That's for sure. And views does not lead to positive mental health. There's a lot of like things that people think, oh, you get all the followers, oh, you're getting brand deals. Like it's uh, some of this stuff really does affect your mental health. And yeah, I've been starting to kind of realize that and trying to navigate that and get back to the kind of the root of why I even started doing this stuff in the first place. So yeah, it's been definitely been a insightful 6 months or so of navigating this kind of space and seeing some success and trying to inspire other people to create. That's really why I'm here, is to just inspire other people to just you know not to think too much and to flow and to create. And the money doesn't matter. Being at these events doesn't really, not that it doesn't matter. I don't want to say like, oh, it doesn't matter, but like it's obviously nice to be recognized and be able to go out to these events. But really, for the bigger picture, it's trying to get other people to create and free their minds is really the goal of this whole thing that I'm doing. So appreciate you giving the platform just to speak there.
No, that was
Appreciate you
that was great. Like I think like I've told you before that you've inspired like me making videos because even before Coach Chippy, there were so many iterations of what you were doing.
Mhm.
And I don't know if a lot of people know that like, Coach Chippy wasn't the first idea. There were so many, there's Chips in Crypto, Chippy Man, like there's a couple different things. And so
Yeah,
that's kind of when I
yeah,
saw and I was like, hey, this guy's just doing it. You know what I mean? And to see you at the level you are now, I've told you this before. I guess I'll tell you again on there. I'm proud to know you and to see how far you've come since we, first met and the version that I knew of you versus the version now.
yeah,
It's nuts. And it still blows me away when we go to these things and like we're at the skills comp and the friggin' top 12 players in the NHL are on the ice, but more people are interested in the guy sitting in their section being you versus the actual thing on the ice. So that always blows me away.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah, I do. Like, I think for me it was just finding the soul, dude. I think I was so lost. I didn't know who I was, and it was just that was my own worst enemy. Wasn't internally healed from things, or yeah. And I think for me it was like once I found kind of the soul and found the purpose, there was nothing going to stop that. There was nothing going to stop whatever it was that I was creating. There was going to be no fear. There's going to be no judgment from anyone else that could stop me from doing what I'm doing. And I think that really opened up the creativity, really opened up me just to be me. And I think it's helped with the creation. And now it's just trying to figure out where to go with it, like higher production videos. How can I make better videos? How can I, make better songs? How can I just improve what I'm building right now? And man, there's no final goal. Like I'm
Oh,
realizing there's no like end goal. What's the end goal? Like it's just like because you're always gonna want more if it's material things. But the spiritual win is just when people do come up to you and you have those connections and you have conversations and you meet someone and you have a cool conversation. Like those are that's really what you want to do. That's why we go out. That's why everyone goes out. They go out at night to go meet people and talk to people and connect with people. I think that's really what we desire most, is just human interaction and human connection. I think is probably better than any material thing that you could have. So obviously having money to be able to do things and travel and do that kind of stuff, it's needed. But for the most part, like just throw me in a group of people that's having a good time, and let's play some music. Let's freestyle. Like that's really the what I feel like doing on this earth is, you call me a hippie. I'm a little bit of a hippie chippy. But
it's got a
yeah,
ring.
I love hippie chippy. That might be my stage name.
That could
Hippie
work.
chippy.
That's an album
And
title.
coming up next, hippie
Chippy,
chippy.
chippy.
We'll see. But yeah, the studio. We've been in the studio a lot, so that's definitely
Yeah,
been
man.
where I feel the most free and the most alive, is when I'm just like listening to a beat, playing some music, writing some lyrics to it, expressing myself. Um, yeah, I mean, I feel that's what we're here to do.
Yeah,
It's
that's the
expression, man. That's what we're doing right
purpose
now.
of
What
life.
people are just listening to us. Like, if
Yeah,
they
I
are
think this
listening,
might be
like
the
it's
most like impactful episode so far because you really kind of broke down your philosophy on all this, which I don't think a lot of people know. And like you said, many people may see you at these events and meeting all these people and think, oh, this guy's where he wants to be. He's living the dream. He's living all this, but that may not necessarily be your dream. That may be their dream. And so the fact that you're able to communicate, that these events and meeting these players and having these people comment like my videos, that doesn't define me. What defines me is what I'm able to put into the world and how I'm able to express myself. So I love that.
yeah. He put it into words great there. Like it is. That's how I feel about it. Is like I don't feel like I've been successful. Like I don't feel like I'm like even remotely close to what I can accomplish. And I think there's a lot of things that I still need to do um, to improve myself. Like there's definitely a lot of internal work. Like definitely, be a better friend, be a better person, have my energy in a better spot for more of the day. Still wake up and feel lost a lot of the days. Like I don't even know. Like there's just like trying to find that purpose when you wake up. I think a routine definitely is needed. Like when you're like self-employed or an entrepreneur, there's no one telling you to get up. There's no one telling you to go do things, and you're alone a lot of the times. So it's definitely a different thing than because I worked a 9 to 5. I worked a corporate job. Like I know that there is a lot of structure and being around people. You show up and you have coworkers to talk to. There's definitely a lot of things that you miss when you're running your own business and um, you're not around as many people. So it's like hard to get human interaction sometimes when you're just like chilling at home. responding to emails. There's a lot of Zoom calls now. So it's like when you actually get out and around people, I think that's definitely something I look forward to doing more and more collaborations, YouTube, like videos where it's more just me, not necessarily me acting, but just me like, hosting things. And um, I definitely think, yeah, collaborating more in person with people is like my goal for sure. Just being around the energy, and that's definitely gonna happen this year for sure. And YouTube, we had a sweet YouTube video we had filmed there. Shout out to Quinn.
Shout
Came
out
out.
Quinn.
We're making bangers, man. We're gonna make some bangers this year. I'm super excited just to be around other people creating, and I have so many ideas. It's just about being able to bring the ideas to life and having a team that's able to do so. So team is huge, bro. You can't do this stuff by yourself. And pretty much what I've
Not
done
a
so far has just been me. Like I've been filming everything, editing everything, putting it up, and that's why I think I don't feel as fulfilled, because everything I've done has just been me. You know what I mean? It's not fun when you're not sharing it with other people necessarily. Like I'm just by myself, coming up with the idea, filming the idea, posting the idea every day. And when I'm not like collaborating with people or being able to share that with people, I think is um, why I don't feel as successful as I could have, like as I would be if I was sharing it with other people and collaborating with more people. So like this is a win, us just collaborating right now and doing more of that, and winning with other people is definitely way more fun for sure. Like
it helps like reignite, at least on my end, my passion and why to keep going, like being around other people that do it. Because like you said, it is difficult because not a lot of time you're around other creators. It's a lot of self motivation. And you're only like you think about 9 to 5s, you have KPIs of like hitting sales targets or achieving certain social
yeah,
metrics. With us, it's all just like how many views, how many followers, how many this, how many that, right? Like, so it's hard when, let's say, you get a bad week of views or engagement or stuff like that. It hurts the confidence where you're like, do I still have it? Can I do this? Can I do? So there is a
oh
lot of
yeah,
self reassurance and motivation that's needed in this space that, in a corporation or working with a bunch of other people, you may not necessarily feel that kind of internal pressure.
yeah. But I would say, man, like working like the corporate lifestyle, there's also so much stress with that too. Like having to respond to like a boss, like there's a lot of things that um like I got so much anxiety from it. Like I actually couldn't work a corporate job. Like I literally got so much anxiety. I started getting panic attacks at this office, bro. Like my whole body was like, I actually can't even deal with this. Like I was just doing something I didn't want to do. Um, the boss was just not giving me the time of day, and like just the disrespect, like in like as someone that's a new employee to like an office setting, bro. I couldn't deal with it. I was like, this is insanity. Like these people all are just go like just don't like everyone's just always talking shit about other people in the office, bro. I couldn't even deal with it, bro. I was like, this is just too much. I don't know what I'm doing here. Yeah, and I was like, yo, I can't do this. I literally had to like quit because I was like, yo, this isn't me. And you remember that I was working at that accounting
Oh
office,
yeah.
bro. I was like, bro, this is. I switched my major
When
in
you
the
wanted
last
when
year of
you wanted to
school.
be Chippy the accountant, yeah, Chippy the accountant.
Insanity, bro. I couldn't even believe that. Like, just such a
Imagine that.
different. They're just look now, like just like 2 years, 3 years later, like just what the heck, bro? Like, it's just life doesn't even make sense. Like,
Yeah, like
actually doesn't make sense,
if
bro.
accountant Chippy met Coach Chippy, what would accountant Chippy be like?
Bro, like I don't even know. Like, yeah, like I've just created this character that's like so like not serious, and I was like that was complete opposite of the serious taxes. Like, it's just hilarious, kind of. It's like kind
Yeah,
of a joke.
taxes.
Like
Yeah.
it's like this is just comedy. I was like, let me just like kind of try to find some light in whatever this life is. And bro, I was taking it way too serious before. I was working an accounting job. Like just couldn't. Just wasn't it. Wasn't it. I want to be in a van making music and buzzing around. I don't want to be doing corporate tax return for Loblaws. No thanks. I'm good.
Hey,
But shout
whoa,
out to anyone that does
name
that.
dropping. Shout out Law Plus.
I don't even. Oh, yeah, I don't know. I was doing like Sobeys tax returns, and I didn't even know how to do my own personal tax return. So I don't know
Oh.
what they were thinking bringing me in doing that. But yeah, corporate Chippy was not too successful. That wasn't a successful venture for Chip. I had to get out of there as quickly as possible. But yeah, that was kind of funny because I learned a lot from that. Yeah, that was a big learning period for me. The self reflection, and I was like, all right, what is it that I like? So I went into marketing, switched to marketing major year 4,
Yeah.
cruised. Year 4 was really cruising. We were on cruise
Well, I
control. I don't
think
think I went to a
school
single
in
lecture.
lockdown was just cruise control, regardless, because like all your classes are like even kind of like what you said earlier about your meetings. Everything's online. You're not really interacting with people outside of your house. You have projects where you don't even meet people. Presentations that are virtual. Like it's hard to really learn and kind of take stuff in when it's just kind of okay. I just need to finish this project and then I graduate.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what it was. It was complete just let's get through this and let's try to figure out maybe after what I want to do. So like I ended up finishing a 4-year business degree, and then I went and framed houses for 4 months. Like I did something completely different than what I went to school for. So I was 4 years going to school for business, and then I come out and I was like, bro, I actually can't do that corporate stuff. I ended up getting a job framing. That was probably the best job I ever had, bro. Like when I say that's hard work, and I don't think there's anything more difficult than framing. Like that is insanity. You're climbing wall. You're literally building a house, bro. Like we were putting the roof on. Like we were on a 12-pitch roof. Saved a guy's life. He was sliding off. Like
Oh,
framing is
the
a different
thrill.
beast. You're there 9 hours, and you like your legs. I remember my legs the first week. I'm like just standing for 9 hours, bro. You have your
Oh
belt
yeah.
on, the hammers banging off your knee, you're bruised, sawdust in your eye, wasn't wearing gloves. Yeah, that was definitely a much needed time for me, like just to like forget about everything and just like, all right, you're showing up, like you have a saw in your hand, you need to be focused and you need to be alert, and you cannot be thinking about anything but where you're at because you're on top of a 2-story building right now, without your proper safety gear because the guy you're working with doesn't really care about that. So it was fun. It was like 4 months. We banged up some houses, and um, grateful for that opportunity for sure. And that's when I kind of started expanding. All right, maybe I don't want to frame houses for the rest of my life because my body just simply cannot handle it. So I started, and that one was like, all right, that was my entrepreneur mind started to come out and started to focus on different ventures. Learn
You did
like
it.
Google Ads. Started learning, try to
Yeah.
like understand TikTok, and yeah, it was just a self discovery. Like what I saw online, I saw like a lot of people, watch a lot of YouTube videos making money online. Like, how can I somehow like travel the world and maybe be able to bring an income in? So, was it like I was like, let me start an ad agency. Let me start a crypto company. Let me start, bro. There
Yeah.
was so many things that I was like trying to figure out before. It was all content. It was all content, but it wasn't necessarily like comedy. But it was kind of just like me pretending like I knew what I was talking
Output.
about with crypto. Chips and crypto was I didn't really even know about crypto. I started learning about it and then acting like I knew about it, as I learned. But yeah, it was pretty funny. Just a funny time of just like complete just trial and error. Figure out, see what sticks. I mean, I was doing like psychology videos. It was funny, but every day it was a new video every day, whether it was a snowboard video, crypto video. Um, and then once I did that hockey video, I have not missed a day since that first Chippy video, which is like pretty crazy to
Hmm.
say. That's like two
That
years
is.
ago now. It's
Yeah,
insane.
that's
So
wild.
it's consistency, and just throwing stuff at a wall. It's really just like throw it and see if it sticks. If it doesn't stick, try again, and something will end up sticking. But you got to find out what you like to do. Um, and then that's kind of I remember having this conversation with you. I was like, bro, you just need to do it every day. Like you started making
Yeah.
videos, but it would be like once every week. I'm like, bro, like you got to do this every day. Like you got to figure out and just to see your consistency and your progression has been pretty dope to be able to now like full time like making content, working with a company. It's
That's
pretty
cool.
dope, dude. That's dope. Like, because that's it. Like, you found something that you enjoyed, and you like sports. And you're funny, comedy, energy. It's really all energy with this stuff. It's like getting your energy in the right place and flowing. I took the mic over today. I'm talking a lot.
I'm listening. I mean,
I
you're
know. I appreciate it.
dropping gems here, but yeah, no, that's a cool. It's cool to see how far we've both come in. What, 2 years, 2.5 years, and now what, 24? I don't know if you've ever given your age before, but I guess it's revealed here. 24. So
Yeah,
much
24.
left, so much ahead. Who knows?
24. There's so much
Future
more.
bars. 24 with more in store. We want to
Yeah,
continue the
that's a Neil
rhyming
Young
scheme here.
bar. 24 and there's so much more.
Oh,
Live
okay.
alone in the paradise makes me think of you.
We got to do a
Love
compilation with
lost
you
such
singing
a
on the show.
cost. Yeah, it's a
Tate
banger.
McRae, Neil Young. We got a nice catalog here. Someone will make a nice edit about that. But
Yeah, I
no,
definitely
that's
want to do
that's
some
dope.
more stuff with you, like more like funny like sketches where it's like
Yeah, they
in the
all bang
moment
every time
stuff.
we do it.
Like
The
in the
hockey
moment
arena
stuff
stuff.
though. Like no editing, like just like funny POVs, like
This,
sorry.
like this style, or like skits? You mean?
No, like skits where we're like
Oh,
at
I see. I see. I see.
the Raptors game and like something like when you're at the Raptors game and someone's like getting in a fight behind you, like just like filming more like stuff that's like in real time,
Like actually
like
happening. Yeah.
it's actually happening. It's like POV, like that dad one when it was like
Mm-hmm.
taking his kid to the game, like just like that in real life like skits. I definitely want to do more of like no editing, just like straight like jokes videos where it's like you and your buddy are at like a table, like you're at like a dinner and who's gonna pick up the bill? You know, it's like just that funny like
Who picked up the bill last dinner? Who picked,
Prince
like, oh,
picked up a
I got
big
this one. Oh,
bill.
who got the next one? Yeah. Oh, guys, I got the next one. Or you got the last two? Like, yeah, like that'd be funny because that happens at every table.
Are we splitting
Like
it?
the reach.
I think splitting the bill is so immature at this point. Like it's
No, we
someone
can't do
pick
that.
up the bill, man. Like I feel like that's where we're at. Like if you're like 24 plus, is that bad? Like to say
Well,
like
no, it
someone
depends.
just gonna
Like if
pick
you
up
guys,
one bill it, man.
if
Like
there's
if you
like
have
a
like
guy
three
that
guys
orders
going out for
more,
dinner, okay, if it's like six or more, yeah, whatever. But like if
yeah,
there's like four guys, like someone big dog and pick the bill up, it's gonna come back to you in abundance. Like it's not, oh, we're gonna split the bill. Like you're making it hard on the waitress. Like if you can afford it, like yo,
do it.
someone pick up the bill. Like because it's gonna come back to you. 'Cause next time you go out, it's gonna someone else is gonna pick it up. You know what I mean? So it's like, come on, like no splitting the bill. I don't. You gotta pick the bill up. You gotta pick it up for sure. Like, how do you feel
No,
about
agree.
that?
I guess it depends. Like let's say like, okay, you don't drink. Let's say everyone goes out, gets like 3, 4 beers. Are you picking up that bill even though you didn't touch those beers?
Yeah, you'll buy the first round. Like if I don't drink, I'll like I'll say like, I'll buy the first
But
round. I'll
like
buy the
two,
first
three,
drink.
4 rounds, are you
No, you
taking
buy
that
one
whole
round.
thing down?
Everyone picks up a
Okay.
round. Like
Yeah, everyone picks
yeah,
up a round.
like yeah, I'll grab a round. Like yeah, I guess it depends on the setting.
Like let's say some guy's
Like if you
hungry,
invite
orders two
if you like if
apps.
you invite someone out or like yeah, like I don't know. I guess it just depends on the relationship with the people you're going out with. Like if it's your
Yeah, it
best
just kind
buddies,
of
like
depends.
bro, pick up the bill for your buddy, and he'll pick it up next time. Like let's not split. Like if you go out with one person, it's you and your buddy. Pick the bill up for your buddy because next time you go out, they'll pick it up for you. But none of this, we're splitting the bill when there's two people at a table. Like if it's you and your buddy, please be the big dog and pick the bill up because we're not doing this split the bill crap.
Yeah.
Like you know what I mean? How do you feel about that? If it's you and another person.
No, I get it. Like even if
It
you,
depends. It's not like if it's like a yeah no just pick it up. Even if you're going to like
yeah,
a drive through at Tim's, like no, like if you're getting a bagel and a sandwich,
that's yeah, that's
I got you. But like if it's every time, like it depends on if it's like every time or not. Like I think it's really situational.
yeah. You can't do more than two in a row because then it's like, all right, boys, am I the only one doing this or what?
Yeah, no. Well, the other guy, if he's your good buddy, you should know. Okay, yeah, I got you this time. Like
And it depends
Not
on if it's like
everyone
on the
has
bid.
that.
And it also depends if it's on the bids. Like if you're like kind of like around someone and like a lot of stuff that we do, it's like you guys are with me on these like business trips. So it's like, all right,
Right.
this
Expense.
is a write off. This is a write off. So
Yeah.
it's like an expense.
So in that case, I'll order another beer. I'll order another dessert. You know, like it's a write-off.
Exactly. Yeah, it's a business dinner. We're talking business. So yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, there's definitely that. There's that aspect that I'm learning too of like owning your own business and the benefits of that. Yeah, like there's a lot of stuff that they don't teach you in school about um that kind of stuff. So I'm still learning. I've recently set up my corporation, so there's a lot of there's a lot of stuff involved with that. Accountants, bookkeepers,
Full circle.
tax write-offs. It's
Full
definitely
circle.
yeah,
All coming around.
yeah. I'm just like so it's good that I've like kind of learned about like what all this stuff is. Like not like so new to it. Like I understand what an expense is, and because I did accounting, right? Because I'm such an accounting genius, Prince. But yeah,
Oh, yeah.
like I feel like I'm just not where I want to be yet. You know, when I'm 24, so there's still a
No
lot
one
of
is.
a lot of,
Yeah,
a lot
no
of
one
stuff I
is.
want to keep improving upon, and I think that's dope about being in your 20s. Like you're just kind of trying to learn. Um, it's also nice knowing that you haven't plateaued or peaked yet. There's still a lot more in you to give to the world. So yeah, it's been cool having a little bit of success and some of it working out, and it kind of I think for the most part it just kind of what's the word I'm looking for? It kind of um, solidifies or solidifies where you're going, or like kind of gives you a little bit of
Direction.
direction. Yeah, it
No?
kind of solidifies your
Okay.
direction. Like having a little bit of success, like kind of like all right, I forget what it like the word I'm trying to find here. It
I get what
reassures.
your
It reassures kind of
reassurance. There it is.
yeah, like reassurance of like all right, this is kind of the direction. This is where we're going. It's successful right now. Like how can we make this more successful? Like instead of like all right, still shooting arrows at the wall, trying to find one to stick. Like one stuck, and it's like all right, now how can we expand off this idea and like continue to develop and grow it? But at the beginning, nothing was sticking. It was hit,
Yeah.
hit, trying to find it, but something stuck. So yeah, what time is it? Even hour pod.
It's been an hour, and I don't know how to segue into something much less serious, but I'm gonna do it anyways. If you'll indulge me for a second here. There's a
Let's
reason
do it.
I wore this shirt today. All Star Weekend was probably crazy. A lot of news going on outside of the NHL. The Rock came back to wrestling again. I know we talked about it a few weeks ago, but this time he's back in the main event of WrestleMania against his cousin, who's been the champ for 4 years. All right. Think about the biggest star in the world is coming back to the Super Bowl of wrestling. Would you believe people are pissed off about this? People are upset. In fact,
why are
people
they
so
upset? They're just like done with seeing this guy.
Well, because the main guy, like if you watch every week, there's a guy they've been pushing. His name's Cody Rhodes, and like he's been the top guy for the year. He was in the main event last year and he lost, so they've been building him up for a year for this rematch, and he won the Royal Rumble. So he's like everyone thought, okay, this is the match. He's gonna face the champion Roman Reigns. He's gonna beat him, and he's gonna be the guy. And they said, no, we're bringing in The Rock, and people are pissed that they're bringing in The Rock, which to me makes no sense. I don't get it. In fact,
They just give The Rock a big contract or what?
yeah, he came in. He's now on the board of directors. So he's like part owner and everything. And people just are so angry. So his name's Cody Rhodes. Hashtag We Want Cody was trending for 3 days straight. And I couldn't understand. So I made a video, I made a TikTok. I said, why are people so upset that The Rock's coming in? I don't understand it. At the time of recording, 150 comments of people telling me I'm an idiot, F you, F The Rock, F all. 150 comments. So I'll make a skit. You know, it's funny. Maybe 3-4 people comment. Shout out you, shout out Taryn, Nikki. You guys know who you are. You always comment. But I do this video, and I don't even talk about wrestling that much on my accounts about why people are so upset. And 150 people took time out of their day to come on and argue with me and tell me I'm wrong. So I don't know what's going on.
Insanity.
That's
Insanity,
nuts.
Prince.
Like,
The
imagine
Rock's
being
back,
pissed.
baby. The Rock's
Exactly.
back, baby.
Why is anyone pissed? This guy, you remember? He fought John Cena. We talked about that. He's been in Hollywood. He's huge. Exactly. People were pissed. I don't know why. I'm excited. It's The Rock, for God's sake. And he's facing, like, people have wanted to see The Rock come back for, like, since he last came back. So, like, 10 years. Is The Rock coming back? No. Is The Rock coming back? No. Is The Rock coming back? No. He's coming back. Okay, now we don't want to see it. What? Huh? Am I missing something
I
here?
know. See, I never watched wrestling, so I don't know the details and why people would be
Intricacies.
pissed or not. But I know Rock was a GOAT. I saw him and John Cena going at it there when he was reading his script there or whatever. It got a little nasty, but
Yeah.
it's interesting. It's interesting stuff. You were always into the wrestling hard. Like we'd be living
yeah.
at university, and Prince's we're playing like Rocket League, and Prince is back there watching his WWE. Like Prince was always fired up to watch the WWE.
I love
never
love
like
it.
understood it. I never understood because like it's fake, but like you're locked into the story. Like what's so like
Yeah,
what
it's
like
the
I don't understand.
story, and like it's the story and the ability for the people in the ring to make you suspend disbelief. So I'd attribute the same thing as like watching like The Bachelor or watching any sort of reality show where, like, it's all predetermined and scripted, but for the time you're watching, you're able to suspend your disbelief and just be absolutely absolved in the story. And with this, there's
Oh,
fighting,
okay.
right? Like, guys are going through tables, hitting each other with chairs. So it's like, it's very archaic. Like, I got into it as a kid, got out of it, and came back. Like, I think a lot of
I
people
like
don't
it.
come back.
I
I
like
came
it.
back.
I
We
think
watched
you need to
together
be a
before.
UFC analyst, or no, I think you need to be a WWE like character. Like Prince,
Me?
you should be like a reporter. Yeah, you should be like
That would be
you should
cool.
be like a WWE like. Yeah, you should be, bro. Like Prince
would
is
be
a
cool.
WWE star.
I need
Like
to
kind of
put on
like a
some muscle
reporter. Like
first. I just need to get bigger. But I think I could do it. I think I
well,
could cut a
I mean, you could
promo.
be like, I'm not in the ring. I'm not saying like in the ring. I think like you're like maybe the guy outside the ring that's like I don't know, like interviewing them at backstage or something like that. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like
I
you were
wouldn't
reporting
mind
on it. You
being.
were doing like Twitter stuff, weren't you?
Oh yeah, Huda. Prior to Prince Huda, there was Huda 316. I wanted to be a wrestling blogger, and I wrote for a site, and I was into it deep, and then I just kind of lost the not the writing touch. Like, I just kind of got bored of writing, and that's when I started doing videos. But yeah, no, there was a time where I was like, yo, Huda 316, I was gonna be the guy. And yeah, I love this stuff. So when I get comments of people saying, oh, you clearly don't watch, if you think this is the if you're happy about The Rock, you clearly don't watch. I watch. I watch everything. Okay, I don't miss shows.
Yeah, Prince
So when people
watches
want to sit
everything.
there,
This guy's no
and
joke.
this guy's telling me, yeah, you can ask Chippy. I'm watching, during other things going on in the room. I'm just locked in to Raw or SmackDown or
Yeah,
AEW.
it's no
NXT.
joke.
So when
Prince
people,
is writing
thank you,
blogs and stuff. So if you think
thank you.
you're watching more UFC or more WWE than Prince, you're
I'm
absolutely
not.
wrong. Have you wrote a blog? Have you wrote a blog for WWE? Probably not. So don't ever
No.
question Prince's ability to watch a WWE match because he watches every single one and he's even writing paragraphs about it. So don't act
Yeah.
like you know more than Prince about WWE.
Yeah. Like,
How's
if you
that?
think
I had to defend you
that
there for quickly.
no, I love it. If you think the biggest celebrity in the world and one of the greatest wrestlers of all time coming back to main event the biggest show of the year is a bad thing, I don't know what to say. I don't know how to explain it more than what I just said.
I
You know what
agree.
I mean?
I
Hairs
agree.
all over the place.
I
What's
agree.
going on? What's going on?
I
I'm
know,
sorry. I just had to get that
flowing.
off my chest. It's been eating at me since this post went up, and I knew once we had this opportunity to record, I just let it out of my system, and I did there. So to the IWC
Beautiful.
internet wrestling community, suck on that. Mic drop.
We got Super Bowl coming up as well.
Yeah.
What are you doing for the Super Bowl? Like, is there any like plans? Like, I'm looking at the group chat right now.
I don't know. Group chat's pretty. I'm down to watch together. Last year was one of the best Super Bowls I've ever seen, and it was the Chiefs. So, I'm down to watch whatever. I think it'll be a great game. Patrick Mahomes. Would you believe that the Chiefs are an underdog still, and a lot of people think the Niners are going to beat them?
It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
Plus money on the Chiefs. It's crazy. They did all the Taylor Swift travel stuff. She's going to be there. Usher halftime. Like, it's going to be nuts.
I know. What are we doing? What are we doing for?
Let's
Are you
let's
doing
link
something,
up.
or-
Yeah, we'll link.
I know. Where are
I'll
we
host
watching
the Super
this?
Bowl party. I'll host the Super Bowl
Yeah,
party. I
like
guess
I
I'm
need
saying that
like
on the air.
I need some homemade chili and stuff like that. Like, are you gonna
Homemade
hook it up
chili?
with the chili? Like,
I can.
what are you talking about? It's a
attempt to
Super
make
Bowl.
chili. Yeah, okay.
You're-
I've never made chili before, but I can try if that's what
Nachos,
you.
like no, but like
Yeah, I'll
you're
get.
like you're gonna host this
I've
thing. I
hosted
need you
Super Bowl
making some
parties
chili.
before. Yeah, I'll do it. I've hosted some Super Bowl parties in my day, so I wouldn't mind throwing another one up. Maybe we could go live,
Yeah, like
live
if
stream it.
we're going to your crib, like some nachos, like
Let's do it.
let's
I
do
guess
it
all the
big time.
listeners are
Like
invited
I'll
too.
bring a plate over. I'll bring like a
Okay.
whatever you need me to bring. I'll bring some stuff. But yeah, like
Right. It's about to be thrown in the
let's
chat.
go here. Like yeah,
So I
we're
guess
not
to
messing
anyone listening
around.
to
Like
the
we're gonna have
podcast. Oh, sorry.
come pull up the Prince's place.
Yeah, just DM me for the Addy if you're in the GTA for the Prince Huda Super
Yeah,
Bowl
we're gonna get
party.
down Super Bowl fest.
Yeah, so you
But
sticking with the
having said that,
Chiefs?
I
You
am
changing anything?
starving, Prince. I'm starving, Prince.
Yeah, we'll
starving.
wrap here, but just to lock it in, you said Chiefs a few weeks ago. Are you sticking with the Chiefs? Are you on San Francisco?
I'm
What do you
sticking
like?
with the Chiefs. I'm sticking with the Chiefs.
Alrighty, I'm gonna join you on that boat. I've been going back and forth all week. I gotta go Kansas City. I gotta go Kansas City here. So
KC, baby. KC,
all the way.
you already
Plus
know.
money.
Lock it in. We know it.
Locked.
He's been there
Well,
before, baby. He's been there before.
Been there before. We'll be there again. And we'll be back next week. A little bit late this week. We appreciate the patience, but we had a banger episode today, I'd like to think. All Star Weekend recap.
Yes.
Philosophy of Coach Chippy. Probably the most passionate I've ever been on this show about getting called into question about my wrestling acumen. A little Super Bowl preview. I mean, what else do you want from the two of us? Chippy, I appreciate you coming on. To the listeners, the watchers, subscribers, I appreciate you all. You wanna send them home happy today?
Don't think,
Wanna
just
give them a
flow,
nice
baby.
We'll see you next week.
See you next week, baby.